Estate Speakcast. I'm here as always with Juan Castro. Hi, Juan.
Hey there, greetings everyone.
How are you?
Good. I think I'm good.
Yeah, we have new backgrounds, right? What does it say? Red
We
and power. Well, I can't even move that way. Powered by
yeah,
Rocket. It's
it is
exciting. New logo. I love it.
super exciting. Things are starting to come out.
We had a busy couple weeks, right? Lots of meetings. You did an event. Our CEO, Glenn, was in the Orlando market this week. So a lot of stuff happening. We had some fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting our foundation is getting set, right? All of the new marketing's coming out. The new
Yeah.
programs are starting to trickle out that they're trying to get out fast to benefit our customers and the Rocket customers and our listings. All those type of things are happening super fast.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
exciting week. We have another kind of meeting next week, right? Like I don't know what it is really, but
It's called the ZUP date,
yeah.
and it's because Varun, when
Varun
he
is who? Tell people who he is.
Varun is I'm still learning, but I guess he would be the CEO of Rocket.
I think he's like equal to Glenn, but on Rocket side, I believe.
Yes, I think you're right, and he's a very down to earth, simple person you can talk to, but they call it the ZUP date because he'd always walk around the office and say, "Hey, what's up?"
What's up? I like it.
So that's why it's the ZUP date. It is the update for Rocket to share information with the people and people to share back.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited about that. That's next Wednesday.
Our
But
first one.
last week, was it last week or the week before that you went to, where'd you go? Miami?
I went to Miami on Monday. I guess it would be Monday of this week, right? Yeah, Monday of this
Oh,
week.
we're
I was
just
in
this week.
Miami.
Okay, so you were just
Yeah.
there for an event and also doubled for your wedding anniversary.
Yes. So my 28th anniversary with Jennifer.
We can do a whole podcast just on how you stayed married for 28 years. But
Well,
I think we're more in real estate, but I mean, we can touch on
if
that.
yeah, I mean, if you see my wife, you're gonna know why I'm still married
I know
because
your wife, so I know
yeah,
why you're still married to her.
yeah.
I mean,
So I work hard every day for her to stay with me,
yeah.
um, because there's nowhere else to go. I mean, when you have the best thing ever,
You married right at the top. There's no going up.
I mean, that's the one thing I've always done
Shout
right
out
was
Jennifer. I don't know how you do it. I'm only kidding. Juan's
I
wife.
know. No, a lot of people look at her and they're like, wow, how did that happen? Um, so that was good, but yeah, did something called Regional Connect, and that was the Southeast region for the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
And you're on
And
there like, I don't know if it's called a council, but you're
yeah, it's similar to like a council, but they call it regional governors.
right. Oh yeah, that's how I got you the nickname.
Remember the
Governor.
governor? So Redfin asked me to join that group to be the representative for Redfin for the Southeast region. And so that category is called the regional governor because I represent a company that is a sponsor of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
Okay, I love it. And so you go to this event and people people just attend it, they buy tickets, it's average. Like what happens? How do people get there?
Yeah,
I saw the
yeah,
picture, you're on stage on like a panel,
yeah. For this
but there's
event, I
an
mean,
audience. So
imagine.
how do people get there and why do they go?
Yeah, why did they go? So it's focused on Hispanic people as far as how do they elevate their class or their category or just their individual selves to be more successful in whatever thing that drives them.
Okay.
So there are a lot of Hispanic people, but there are all a lot of non-Hispanic people because the world is the melting pot, right?
Oh, so even at the event, so it's there were non-Hispanic people
Yeah.
there attending
So
it.
so yeah. And
And what do you
the
talk
focus.
about? So you're up there on stage and what are you talking about?
Yeah, this group was a group of the top 250 real estate or mortgage loan professionals in the group that are
Okay.
members. So in the United States, I am like ranked for NAHREP in that group, like 110
Wow.
for real estate.
Yeah.
For the Southeast, I'm ranked like in the top 21 or 22.
Nice.
So it's great to get those accolades, but for me, the key of performance is experience, right? We know how to help our customers
Right.
because we
Right.
perform the action so often
Yeah.
that we're able to troubleshoot things pretty much before they become uh, too bad. Like for another person, the deal would be over and
Right.
the
Right.
buyer or the seller would be devastated.
Right. And
For
we have the
us,
experience to keep that deal together, whatever it takes
yeah,
to get it to closing.
if they want us to keep it together or
Right.
to kill
Or
the
if they
deal if they
want to move
want us to
on, they're
kill the
not
deal.
comfortable, and that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. So this group was at panel. So it was me, another gentleman from Sotheby's, who is the number one ranked Sotheby's luxury agent in the United
Okay.
States. Uh, I guess it would be Rate, which is a mortgage company, and then another mortgage company. I think it was DHI, which was the mortgage company that a lot of the builders use.
DHI is DR Horton's lender.
Okay, yeah. So this was the DHI guy who's the number one originator for them.
Yeah.
So it was a super cool panel. Basically, there's like 5 or 6 people there, and they asked us questions. The only problem with the panel was I was second in line behind the moderator. So every question that came out, I was the first person to answer it without having time to think about how I would answer.
You do this every week with me, though. I ask
Yeah,
you
that,
questions. We don't script this. So I just ask you questions and you got to come up with something. And you do it.
yeah. This has been my proving ground
Yeah. So
for that. And
I
plus,
don't
I
know
think
what I'm
we're
going to ask, and I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth at any
yeah,
given time. So you just roll with it and you're good. So you were
yeah,
first to answer questions. It was the
yeah.
moderator and then you.
Yeah, and it's
The
simple
most
questions
difficult
like,
question you got.
yeah, I mean, it was simple questions like, how do you perform at your level? What is it like? Things like that. So some of my commentary was, in the real estate world, which also translates to the mortgage world, a lot of our work is in silence. We work in the middle of the night, we work in the early of the day, the middle of the day. There's not a lot of cheerleading, there's not a lot of grandstanding. It's not a parade. For us, sometimes you just have to narrow your focus and just sell houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that kind of stuff resonated with people because, most people think of agents as driving flashy cars or this or that or whatever, but we know that the people that do the volume are not really built like that. They're
Right.
ultimately servants. They love to serve other people. They
And
just
your
happen to
part's
sell
kind of
houses.
flashy.
Yeah, but it's taken me a little time to do that.
But it was always flashy before you were a producing real estate agent, right? We
Well,
talked
that's my
about
downfall. My downfall
yeah,
has always been cars.
yeah. So you were always the vet guy. So
I
that's
was always a Corvette guy.
yeah,
So, but the highlight for me was how do I share the excitement that I have for Redfin powered by Rocket?
right,
And my last question that they asked of me was a very simple question, very pointed. How do you see yourself continuing what you do for the next 5, 10 years? How do you do that? What is your strategy to propel yourself forward to stay better and not get worse, per se, right?
right, right.
And for me, it was one word, placement.
Okay. And
And,
what do you mean
and
by placement?
yeah, and that's exactly what they said because I didn't say anything after that. I just said placement and I was quiet and they were mesmerized, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that
And
mean?
that's when I alluded to, listen, 10 years ago, I purposely placed myself at Redfin because of the belief of what Redfin believes.
Right,
Because I'm built the same way.
right.
So
And
I
it
could do
worked
it
out for you.
individually or I could do it with a group of friends, right? Today, my placement is Redfin is a 25-year-old company that's been trying to do what they've been building to do for 25 years. Meanwhile, Rocket's been doing the same idea for 50 years.
Right. Just in mortgages and real estate.
Yeah.
Right.
So big brother, little brother. So my placement is being placed at Rocket to propel myself forward because of their thoughts of the ecosystem, of the ability to have somebody do the real estate, do the mortgage, do the loan servicing, giving benefits to the customer in the whole aspect of the ecosystem. And Redfin is not just a spoke. We're like a pillar
Right.
of that
And now
ecosystem.
we've come full circle with
Yeah,
real estate.
yeah.
Everything, yeah.
This has gotten us where we wanted to go for 25 years,
Mhm.
almost on day one.
So how does that, but you said placement, so let's go back to placement. So you're placing yourself purposely, right? Because you don't have to stay, obviously, none of
Yeah, yeah,
you to stay.
yeah,
So you're purposely placing yourself in the beginning of this transition, or I don't want to say transition, this beginning of, the new normal, the new real estate way.
yeah. I mean, this is my belief is this is the future.
Yeah,
You provide a high level of service for someone and they never have to leave the circle.
right, right.
And I never have to chase
Everybody
people so they
here.
remember me.
Yeah,
Because as you know, someone buys a house, we do a fantastic job, but do they need us again for the next 2 or 3 or 4 years? Probably not. Sometimes yes, but
right.
usually it's 5 years, 7 years, they need us again for
They're
something,
going to
right?
remember you for the service that you provided.
Yeah. But sometimes they forget you. They want to remember you, but they don't remember how to find you. So
Yeah,
imagine a world where they go to Rocket, they get pre-approved because they're in the circle, and Rocket sends them right back to me so I can help them again and
right,
complete
right,
that circle. So
right,
that's what placement means to me is that for me, I want to be in one of the cornerstones of what's getting built on the second floor because we built the first floor.
right. So in the right place at the right time. Timing is everything, right? Hopefully.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
think it's going to be amazing, not only for us as employees of Redfin or Rocket, but for the consumer, for that person buying that home. That's who it's really great for.
yeah, yeah. And we've already talked about many times, I'm sure, about the Redfin products, like the listing products and things
Right.
like that, which benefit the customer, right?
Yeah.
But now we're starting to get a taste of the Rocket bundle products with Redfin,
That's going to benefit the customer and the
like the one
combination
year
of
free
both.
buy down.
So you can have a low listing fee. You can buy at either at a lower rate or closing costs. Your listing, we can advertise that if they use Rocket with a Redfin listing, they were going to get those same benefits. So it's just all coming together for the consumer.
Yeah, and we can do the
Our customer,
savings.
yeah,
Yeah, we can do that savings because instead of having a pair of pants with one pocket, we have multiple pockets.
right,
So we have extra nickels and dimes in those pockets that we can actually give back to the customer and say, thank you for trusting us.
right,
Our hope is you'll remember us because we will do the same thing we did today. We'll do it tomorrow. And we can do it for your
yeah,
kids. We can do it for whatever.
right,
So for me, it's about just qualifying what's going to happen later.
yeah. Making those dreams happen for people too.
And I will tell you, you could have heard a pin drop because that, to me, the ecosystem that Redfin always worked toward and that Rocket is implementing right now, I feel like that is what every entity is trying to get to, but
Yeah.
they just don't have the legs to get there.
hmm And it's such a simple process now for people, right? To get their pre-approval, their realtor, the whole thing. Um, it just makes everything easy.
Yeah, well, in our world, yeah, it's all cohesive now.
hmm
Whereas in the traditional world, it's very fragmented,
Right.
you know.
I love it.
Um,
I'm really excited for what's happening, what's coming, and really to see what Rocket is really about.
yeah, yeah. And I think for the customer, it's more options.
Yeah,
So you can know the numbers and then you determine your path forward.
right.
You don't have to use Rocket,
No,
but
use
you
anybody you
should
want.
always know the numbers, right?
Yeah. Well, I always tell people, let's get a second opinion. Let's compare. When you're comparing loans, it's very different. You want to see like, well, what's the difference on your cash to close? Are they charging you something to get that lower rate?
Yes.
What is the bottom line? What is your monthly payment going to be and what is it costing you to get there? So you have to compare it the right way because although one loan officer may say, okay, your rate is 6.25 and the other one is saying 6.5, but why? How did they get to 6.25? Are they charging you something else?
Are they charging you points
Right.
to make it on a different
Yeah.
end?
The
Are they giving
origination
you
fee is
par?
higher. Like,
Mhm.
what are they using? One thing that I found, which was interesting, is using inaccurate numbers. So people are comparing their monthly payment now. And we're probably going off our topic. I don't even know if we really had a topic, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So they're comparing their monthly payment and they're saying, okay, well, this company is offering me $1,200 a month and this company is $1,400 a month. So they're looking at that $1,200 a month and they're like, well, that's more attractive, right? That's $200 a month less monthly. But things might not have been estimated correctly, like
Correct.
homeowners insurance was not,
Taxes.
taxes were not put in there correctly. So you have to really look at that breakdown and say, well, are these numbers correct? Because am I going to close on this house and now all of a sudden my payments are much higher?
Principal and interest. I tell people that's the numbers you look at. We can
Right,
estimate taxes and insurance ourselves.
right. So look at that. Yeah, that's what you want to look at.
Principal and interest,
That's what's not changing.
yeah, that's not going to change. That's based on the loan
Yeah.
product itself,
So when
right?
you give them the total and people are just looking at their total monthly payment, it may not be correct.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, that's probably the number one thing to look at is the math.
Yeah, and any loan officer can mess that up, and like just
Yeah,
put in, your
yeah,
home insurance is $100 a month. Great. Now you get your bill and it's 400 a month. And
yeah,
now you have
yeah,
more cash to close because they want you to prepay part of your for the year for your homeowner's insurance as part of your prepaids to set that
yeah,
escrow account.
yeah, because insurance is paid up front, taxes
Yeah.
is paid in arrears.
Right. So you have that, you have to make up that escrow account there. So lots of
Yeah,
that when you're comparing different products and different banks when you're
yeah,
mortgage, right?
yeah. And the one thing that we do have, and we had this, of course, with Redfin in general, is that we do have good loan officers that we work with because we work with them so often
Right. The
that,
relationship is there. Yeah.
yeah, that they're usually really good at sharing those particulars with the
Right.
customer. The
Mhm.
difference is who they're competing with may not be sharing it.
They might not be as honest. Right.
So it may not be apples to apples, maybe apples to oranges. So that's when you have a good agent and you
That,
say,
okay.
Nancy, look
Yeah.
at
I
these
think that
two.
send me both estimates. Let me
Yeah, look at these two good faith
where are the
estimates.
numbers wrong? Where are they not wrong? Where are they different? Where are the
Yeah.
numbers different? And we can look at that and at least let them know, we might not have all the answers, but I can say to them, this is what I'm seeing. Ask the loan officer where they came up with that number. How did they get there?
Yeah,
Your due
yeah,
diligence, but I can help guide them a little bit. It's not, I like to stay in my lane.
exactly, exactly. So I think for us, we feel really good about the transition.
Yeah.
We feel like we're on solid ground. We feel like we want to know everything right now, but they're still working on a lot of things. Next week, we're also having a meeting with, I believe it is Jason or Jonathan, the
Yeah, something. I
marketing.
saw another meeting on Tuesday. So we're doing a lot of meetings. There's a lot,
Yeah, yeah.
but we need it, right?
This is the marketing guy that I met in Detroit that is beyond spectacular.
The marketing guy, is he the one with the bling shirt?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That guy,
Are you gonna
um,
bedazzle? Did you get your Redfin powered by Rocket shirt?
I'm wearing it right now.
Why, let's see. Stand up. I have to check my mail. I haven't checked my mail in a while. I gotta see if I got it. Are you gonna bedazzle it?
No, I'm going to try to get a bedazzled shirt from the gentleman. He's supposed to try to get some more on order in the store, but you know how all the new marketing is coming
Yeah,
out,
you
so
have to
they're
let me
probably
know because
overloaded.
I like some bling in my life.
But we may have some good insights on the next one after we meet with the marketing
Yeah.
guru because I think the key about him is that you can have good photography, you can have great video, you can have a storyboard that looks good, but to feel what the story's telling you is a different animal.
Yeah.
And after the new Rocket commercials that came out that he was involved with his team,
Hmm.
and them doing the Super Bowl and everyone
I
singing the
can't wait for
song,
next Super Bowl.
wait till the next one.
I'm
You
excited.
know, our hope is that we have a little sprinkle in there as being
Yeah,
part of that circle.
that would be
Um,
so amazing.
but
Now,
it's going to be good.
yeah, before we end this, because I think you told me to remind you when we're 15 minutes, we're like way over.
Oh
Anyway.
yeah, we got to wrap it
Mhm.
up.
But what are you seeing? Are you seeing any changes the past week or two in the market?
I'm still seeing the same pressure.
Okay.
I'm not seeing improvement. I'm still seeing
Oh,
the same
well, I'm
reflection.
feeling really busy. So I don't know why, but three or
Well,
four of like really stale listings went under contract this week. And I was just like, well, me, I don't know. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
well, did they change their numbers?
Nope.
Okay, well that's good news
Yeah.
to hear then.
Yeah. One
I
of them,
can,
145 days on the market. We went into multiple offers. Two.
yeah,
Two is multiple, right? Competing
yeah,
against each other. I'm like, what is going on here? We've been on the market 145 days.
yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to wait for the right person for the product.
Right. But
You
two
know,
in the
when
same
the
day,
market
and I'm
is
like, okay.
hot,
Yeah.
yeah, when the market's hot, people will settle
Yeah.
and they will take a house that's a 7 or 6 out of 10 for them
Right.
because they don't have many choices because speed is dictating how fast they move.
Yeah. Yeah. I
When the
just thought it
market's
was strange
slow,
because all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm busy.
yeah, yeah,
Not that I was ever really slow, but slower than my normal. And now I'm like, okay, now it's like busy, busy, normal, busy.
yeah, I do feel busier.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's increasing production,
Right.
but there are people looking, but they look, they run the numbers, they look again, they run the numbers
Yeah. Yeah.
again. And then you get a communication from them to try to work with them on a contract. But meanwhile, it's been 6, 7 days. So,
Well, they do
it,
take longer to actually get that offer. I had somebody last week, they were submitting an offer. They submitted it last night.
yeah, you see,
They're taking their time because they know it's probably not going anywhere, but it is what it is.
Yep.
We're just
Yeah,
checking really to see if you were seeing what I'm seeing or feeling what I'm
yeah.
feeling.
I,
We'll
I
see.
think the key is if it's priced correctly and
Yeah.
if it presents well, it's probably going to sell.
Yeah, it's just taking a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're trying to speculate today, the
Yeah.
speculators probably not going to work at all.
Right. Right.
Homes are still selling. People still need a seat to sit in.
Yeah. They
You
are
know,
selling. It's
yeah,
different pace, but that's okay. So anyway,
yeah.
anything else you want to add before we end this and say we'll see you
That's
next
it.
week? That's it. All right. So we'll see everybody next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.